All systems go. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Telephone is off. Connections are made. The board is clear. And 3, 2, 1. Action! A, B, A, B, C, A, B, C, D. Oh, hello there. It's Professor Victor Singingeagle again here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. And as always, I'm here to harass my beloved students with some instances of awesome indigenous intellect. So without any further ado, let's get started, shall we? Well, gotta put on my glasses. There we go. Old man glasses are on. And we're going to go through the student list starting backward this time with Yue Jingjing, Kim White Mountain. Yay! And still no student info sheet. Man alive, these poor kids. They're going to get big old goose eggs if they don't turn in their work. But what can I say? Got to keep rolling. This person got kicked out of class. Shi Mo Li, Jasmine Strauss. Good job. Got your info sheet. Luo Ma Ding, Marty Ross. Right on. Another student info sheet. Ran Kai Ting. Still no student info sheet. Nie Kai Xin. Casey Nayland. No student info sheet. I hope you guys get sick of me and finally say, all right, Singingeagle will just go ahead and send you your damn student info sheet so you can get off our backs. Mo Jinghua. Jinamota, good job. Yay! Who else do we have? Gu Tian. Brittany Karash, good job. Yay! Dong Ting Hui. Dong Ting. No, that's Ting. What's it, Ting? Dong Ting Hui. Tasia Eastman. Nope. I got to work on my Chinese pronunciation. This is terrible. Of course, my beloved sainted wife up in heaven who laughs at me all the time, she used to laugh at me as well here when in this life. She used to tease me. She says I have a Taiwanese girl's accent when I speak Chinese. I don't know. Never mind. Keep going. Bao Ziluo. Violet Bars. Good job. Yay! We got our lesson plan there. Our lesson plan. Our student info sheet. That's everything taken care of. There we have some announcements really quickly. Let's go through them. Because you know how I love to talk. Boom. We have a fog advisory coming around because as you may have noticed, we've got a lot of fog these last couple of days. Please remember to turn your headlights on. And if I were you, you know I'm a safety nerd. I teach CDL driving classes. I drive slower because you never know what kind of weird crap you will find on the BIA Highway 700. So yeah, drive carefully out there. Oh, there's that still the meal plan survey. This must be the results. Nope, still going on there. Last chance to answer the meal plan survey. Closes at Friday noon. If I were to answer it, well, it says students, staff, and faculty. But I never eat there because I don't have enough money. Poor old teacher. Never mind, focus. What else do we have? Tribal health, I know what that is. Oh, youth basketball camps. I think we talked about that one already, but that's kind of cool. DeVero Yellow Earrings, the handsome new fellow who runs the sports program at our school. He's got some good stuff going on here. This is for faculty, but it should be for everyone. Information on upcoming youth basketball camps, partnering with Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate Youth Department. Ooh, basketball camp for boys and girls. Neat. And there's an attached flyer right on. Ooh, yes. So it's October 17th to the 18th. Friday 5 to 7, Saturday 12 noon to 2, 8 to 17, and the girls is October 24th. That's a Friday 5 to 7, Saturday noon to 2, 8 to 17. So if you got some kids and you want them to learn some good basketball skills, bring them on over. What the heck? All right, what else do we have? Lejeune Morgan District Days. Oh, we talked about that last time. I think we did. So I'm going to go back to this and see what else we have up here. Right. Just some reminders about potluck. We had a really good one today. I hope you all came to enjoy the food. And then I think there's some more coming. Where are the other ones? I was looking at them. I have it starred, so I'm just going to look for the starred meal plan. Starred Melissa Gina Mota. Chad Dry Van, that's for our new trucks. Refund checks, we talked about that already. Committee email, award letter, potluck. No, yeah, that's the potlucks, I think it is. Yes, it is. Our next potluck is Friday, October 31st in the Student Union. It doesn't say what time, but I'm going to guess it's 11 to 1. As all the others. The next one says November 25th, which I believe is a Tuesday, also in the auditorium, 11 to 1. Remember to sign up by November the 3rd. I got to hurry up and reply to bring a treat. I'm going to make some, my tribe, we say wishashe, and I think here they say wojapi. Yeah. Except ours is, we Potawatomi, we make it cold. I think, back when I was going to University of South Dakota, they made warm and hot wojapi. But we people traditionally, Potawatomi, we like ours nice and frosty and cold and sweet. But never mind, let's keep rolling. Reminder to keep bugging Aaron Keeble about scholarship information. There is a video posted on eLearning about pretendians, which if you pop over here, that's the night of living rest. There it is right there. Ta-da! These two, I should probably combine them. It says, please reply. might just say these two are one. So I'll get rid of one of these please replies, probably the first one. I don't know yet, I'm not sure, because native humor is important and so is futurism. Never mind, I'm going to keep them both as please replies. So what I want you to do is click on these, have a look at them and review them. This this lady, her name is Jacqueline Keeler. She's half Dakota and half Navajo, I think. Something like that, or she's maybe she's 1/16 white, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But she made it her life's mission to hunt down pretendians and expose them big time. I got a challenge question. Have a look at the video, add your own thoughts here. Click on it and post your reply. What's the difference between a wannabe and a pretendian? What do you think about all this? What could possibly be the harm when non-natives claim to be native? All right, so have a look at that. And we'll get into the Chumash High Rollers another time, because I'm supposed to be spending more time talking about our midterm, which is now posted. Also, bad teacher. Still working on the audios. I'm always having audio difficulties, as you can tell. Got a microphone. My other microphone took a crap on me, so I'm stuck with this wired microphone. I hope it works well. I hope you can hear me okay. All right. A reminder. Pop quizzes and midterm, they're posted and ready. Let me show you what I am talking about. We're going to scroll past the Chumash Indians. We'll talk about them in another lecture. Here is the midterm. It says Native Literature, the midterm examination. And we've got some Scream, and we have, I think that is, I forgot what his name is, Evil Archer or something like that. I thought it was Pinhead, but that looks more like Evil Archer. And there's, is that Jason Voorhees? And what's his name? No, that's, this is, Freddy Krueger, right. Anybody ever, oh, and there's, what's his name? The little Chucky doll. So yeah, that's our midterm. Click on it. Gimme! And we can go through and look at some of the questions. Shall we do it now? Let's do it. Preview quiz. Gimme! All right, here we go. Now, this preview button that I just pushed is just, it's not going to give us the right answers, I hope. No, it's not, because I don't want to give away all my hard work. That's your job. Of course, I don't like to play shell games with students, but still, we have to jump through some hoops so that we can keep the higher-ups satisfied that says that we've done some academic stuff. The real fun doesn't come until the end when I ask your opinions, your thoughts on certain issues, similar to the discussion forums I've posted. Now let's get busy. What is a major... No, slow down, Singingeagle. Which of the following is not a major theme in Native American literature? Worth 3 points. The importance of storytelling. The impacts on colonialism and imperialism, the struggle for cultural identity, or the benefits of capitalism. Then we've got House Made of Dawn. Who is the author of House Made of Dawn? If anybody gets this question wrong, I'm going to reach through the screen and... Rah! Never mind, focus. We have A, N. Scott Momaday, B, Sherman Alexie, C, Leslie Marmon Silko, or D, Kaylin Chishatamuk. Then we have, who is the author of the Popol Vuh? Anonymous Mayan or Mayans, Zitkalasha, Charles Eastman, William Apis. Then we have, I'm going to go a little faster because I'm going to stand up here and waste a whole bunch of time. Pareidolia is the human tendency to see familiar shapes and faces and random patterns, like the dark patches on the moon's surface. Westerners see a man in the moon. What do Asians and many natives, indigenous people see when we gaze at the moon? What do we see? A crow, a hummingbird, a coyote, or a rabbit. Next, I'm going to go faster. How about this one? Here is Father's Love Stone. Oops, I just gave it away. Bad teacher. Slap myself. Rather than call it Devil's Tower, what do the runaway Potawatomi and many other natives call this well-known geologic feature? That one. A, Satan's Stool. B, Father's Love Stone. Or B, C, the volcanic plug. Or D, the great fossilized tree stump. Faster. Native American Renaissance. What is the Native American Renaissance? 3 points. A, it's a historical movement to revive ancient tribal governments across North America. B, it's a period of increased literary production by native authors starting in the late 1960s. C, a 19th century effort by European scholars to study and document indigenous folklore. D, a new age spiritual movement that adopts indigenous practices for self-improvement. Oh, I love this. It's a native thing. Which of the following is a theme in native literature? 3 points. The importance of storytelling, the impacts of colonialism and imperialism, the struggle for cultural identity, or all of these. Right on. Oh, there's Laura Tohi. Oh, she's so nice. Oh, I just gave it away. Bad teacher. When I was a little girl, I was deeply fascinated by books. However, I started off with this strange idea that only white people could write. Said which native author during an interview with your professor? A. Caleb Chishatamuk. B. Gary Hobson. C. Sherman Alexie. Or D. Laura Tohi. I got to write to her, by the way. She sent me a message on Facebook, and I forgot to answer her. Bad boy. All right, next one. Which statement best reflects how many native authors, including Daniel Heath Justice, Cherokee, Gary Hobson, Cherokee, Quapaw, Gerald Vizner, Ojibwe, and Laura Tohi, Navajo, view the oral tradition? So how do they look at the oral tradition? A. They see it as an outdated mode or method of storytelling with little relevance to modern native literature. B. They acknowledge its cultural significance, but argue that written literature has completely replaced it. C. They emphasize that oral tradition remains a vital and living part of native storytelling, deserving respect alongside written literature. Or D, they believe that only oral tradition, not written literature, can truly capture native experiences. So, what do you say? What say you, fellow scholars? Next one. According to Daniel Heath Justice, Cherokee, and your professor, Potawatomi, after humans began to mindlessly kill and destroy, they were cursed with illnesses and diseases. Who volunteered to save us with cures for those diseases and illnesses? Now remember, I changed this a little bit from last semester because there was a little bit of confusion. So this time I made it more clear. We want cures. Who came up with the cures? Was it the bird people, the stone people, the plant people, or the bear people? Oh!
I'm going to be getting ready to go here soon.
Oh, okay. I'm almost done.
Okay.
Wow, we got a co-star today. Next one. True or false? We moved over to the true and false questions. The so-called second wave Native American Renaissance authors rarely question what it means to be Indian in the 21st century. True or false? True or false? Authors such as Sherman Alexie, Spokane, and Tiffany Midge, Lakota, review the appropriation of indigenous cultures by non-natives as a sign of admiration and respect. True or false? 3 points. True or false? Author Gertrude Simmons Bonin strongly believed that residential schools benefited Native children by helping them abandon a doomed tribal lifestyle in favor of modern mainstream society. That's a true or false question worth 3 points. And then we got this one. My beloved teacher, professor, mentor, Paula Gunn Allen, Laguna, and the feminist anthropologist Sherry Ortner. True or false? The late author Paula Gunn Allen, Laguna, agreed with feminist anthropologist Sherry Ortner. She agreed on the concept of the universal subjugation of women. True or false? 3 points. And then we got this one. True or false? Professor Singingeagle, Potawatomi, says natives sometimes use comparative misfortune against each other in something he calls playing more Indian than thou. True or false? In our textbook, Why Indigenous Literatures Matter, author Daniel Heath Justice, Cherokee, claims that the work of author Gary Hobson, Cherokee, Quapaw, Chickasaw, provides easy answers to easy answers to questions of Indian identity. Nobody better get that wrong, because I had a nice discussion with him. He talked about that, did he not? All right, keep going. And then we have the rabbit in the moon. There is Chang'e, and her name is, I forgot what her name is now. Suddenly I'm drawing a blank. What is that woman's name? Hunapu Habalenke. She married Habalenke. I forgot, never mind. But anyway, true or false, both ancient Chinese mythology and certain Native American traditions include stories about a rabbit and a woman living on the moon. Her name is Ishel. That's right. And then next one. True or false? Most Native American tribes viewed themselves as superior to other tribes and races, emphasizing dominance over humility. They think they're better than all the other tribes. Is that true or false? They are the real people, and those other guys, those other tribes over there, they're not real people. True or false? Next one. True or false? Somebody already got this one wrong. Many Native American tribes valued humility as a core virtue and did not see themselves as inherently superior to others, recognizing humans as the without furs among the many animal peoples who share the world, and plant people and stone people and all that. Oh, here's the 1492s. They have some awesome videos. I should put up some of theirs. They're funny as heck. True or false? Authors Sherman Alexie, Spokane, Tiffany Midge, Lakota, demonstrate in their writing that indigenous peoples are always tragic, humorless victims of white colonization. 3 points. True or false? Oh, no, this is the matchy one. So what you're supposed to do in this section is you've got to click on this drop-down menu where it says for each term or phrase, and each one is worth 1 point. For each term or phrase, select the correct definition from the drop-down menu. Carefully read both the terms and the definitions before making your choices. Each term has only one correct match, so you get 1 point for each one of these. I think there's 10 of them. Didactic, narrative, distancing. What you do is you click on this and you get all these awesome answers and you choose one. Author Daniel Heath Justice uses this term when he complains, blah, 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 blah. The process by which ideas, stories, and technologies, artistic styles from one group or the other, in direct contact, blah, 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 blah. Lack of knowledge, understanding, either willful or unwillful, a recurring element or symbol that appears through work of literature, a term advanced by Mary Lou Awaikta Cherokee, asserting that art is explicitly, generously engaged with a larger network of reflections and influences, blah, blah, blah. Related to Iliism, in Native storytelling, this is the deliberate shift away from first-person singular in order to reduce defensiveness in the listener or reader, or a literary and artistic movement that emerged in late 19th century France, arguing that true art should have no social, political, moral, blah, 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 blah. Often dramatized in Native literature, this refers to the passing down of deeply distressing experiences, embedding itself in familiar, blah, 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 blah. The attribution of the cause or reason of something, often expressed in mythic oral traditions. Examples are why a possum has no hair on his tail, hummingbird colorful, raven black. This novella by Gary Hobson, Cherokee Quapaw, tells the story of Thomas Darko, a member of a tiny Louisiana tribe, yada, yada, yada. Now, all you got to do, remember, drop down, pick one. So you click on whatever you think the answer is, and you go for it. And I'm going to take that away. The next one is intergenerational trauma. Again, choose the drop-down menu and choose cultural illiteracy, indigenous deficiency, the last of the OFOs, cultural and mythic diffusion, etiology, Do I still have motif up there? I sure do. We got to talk about motif for a second because I didn't really mention it. Motif is a recurring element in a novel. It keeps popping up over and over again. Sometimes it's explicit. It says what it's for. Sometimes it's not. For example, if we're talking about one of my heroes, Leslie Marmon Silko, in her book Ceremony, you often will see the color green. As you know, green, if you are an artist, is not a primary color. There's only 3. Well, maybe 4 or 5. Red, yellow, and blue. And some people will argue that white's there, maybe black, but primarily we got these 3, red, yellow, and blue. So how do you make green? You gotta mix blue and yellow in it. Yeah, so the color green is a motif in her novel. It keeps popping up and it has some kind of, it's referring to something. It may or may not be explicit. Let's see if we have our answer because I might have messed this test up. Process and lack of knowledge, recurring element. Oh, I just gave it away. Yep. Art for life's sake, art for art's sake. There we go. Now, this is the part that is important. This is where you get your A's. We talked about this, and we're going to talk about it some more in a second. Says here, comment on this passage from the short story Borders by Thomas King, Cherokee. Do not give a lazy answer to this question. And there's the story. I'm not going to read it because I'm running out of time. I promised I was going to get the heck out of here, but it's in our book on page 89. Now remember the difference between getting a C, well, this is 10 points, so that would be 7, versus getting, did I put the dumb little reference on there, how to get a higher score? No, I must have taken it down. All right, the difference is you just regurgitate the facts that your teacher told you. C. Fine, I mean, you pass. Regurgitate the facts and add your opinions. That's probably 2 paragraphs. That's a B. Now, if you regurgitate the facts, add your opinions, it shows that you read the material and you have some thoughts on it, and you even back it up with some what other people are saying. There's your full marks, your 10 points. Let's go back to that quiz. Now, so that's what you're supposed to do. 10 points. You want 10 points? Back it up. If you say, well, you know, this is a very common experience that natives have when they cross borders, Canada or Mexico down south, and they go to the border patrol or they go through customs and all those guys, and they're challenged frequently. And don't just take my word for it. It's dramatized very well in the story, but also you can read an article by so-and-so who explains this in greater detail. Or somebody actually wrote an article about Thomas King's story Borders, and this is what the person said. Boom! There's your A. This one is worth 20 points. Let me say that again. 20 points. So do not give me a lazy answer to this question. Choose one of the following questions and write at least 3 well-developed paragraphs in your response. This question is worth double the previous essay question. So don't be lazy. Should be in 1. Don't be lazy. Do not be lazy. And do not attempt to answer more than 1, as only 1 answer will be scored. 20 points. This is double. Remember, this is 10 points. This is 20 points. So, again, you want 14 to 16 points. Just regurgitate stuff. 17, 18, put some opinions. 19, 20, full marks. Put some citations in there. So we got our choices. A, your professor says that Inuit author Joe Paniaptuk's story, The Many Lives of a tug might still hold relevance today. Might still hold relevance today. Why did he say this? I believe you have to go back and look at some of those videos on eLearning, because I remember mentioning it last semester. You have heard your professor repeatedly, this is B, repeatedly raise the question of authenticity in native literature. If a really good creative piece, such as Christopher Moore's Coyote Blue, by the way, if you click on those, it'll open up new windows. I believe this one actually opens up the entire novel. Oops, cancel. But you click on it, it'll open up a new page, and it's on YouTube, and somebody actually, with a lot of free time on his or her hands, read the entire novel, Coyote Blue by Christopher Moore. This just shows who he is. I believe an interview or something, or his biography. Anyway, back to the question. You have heard your professor repeatedly raise the question of authenticity in native literature. If a really good creative piece, such as Christopher Moore's Coyote Blue, is written about Indians by a non-native, can we still consider that native literature? What if a native writes a textbook about history, CDL truck driving, astrophysics? Can we consider those native literature? What if the author is an urban Indian? Or what if that author self-identifies as natives, but or maybe the person's a member of a non-federally recognized tribe, maybe a community or a rancheria, and they're not recognized. Ooh, state recognized, or community recognized, county recognized. Oh no! What are your own criteria for what constitutes authentic Native American and First Nations literature? I believe one of you already answered this question, actually provided a brilliant answer. And then the last one, your professor claims that Leslie Marmon Silko's book Ceremony. Those are links, by the way, if you click on them. I hope they open up new windows. They're not supposed to take you out of the quiz. Your professor claims that Leslie Marmon Silko's book Ceremony is not just a work of literature, but an agent of healing for Native peoples, especially indigenous military veterans. Comment on this. And I have, as your professor, extensively commented on this so many times, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let me see. What happens if I do click on it? So now that we're done going through the exam, the midterm, it does open a new window. Goody, goody gumdrops, and we haven't lost our work. This is Leslie Marmon Silko. Oh, she's got green eyes too, kind of greenish, grayish, something that says who she is. Let's go get rid of that. Let's click on Ceremony and see what that does. It's probably YouTube. Yes. There's some criticism.
Let's talk about some of the themes that we see evidenced in Ceremony.
All right, that's enough of that. Stop! So why is Christopher Moore messing with me? Oh, goody, there we go. That says who Christopher Moore is. He writes horror. He's a goofy man. Funny horror. Why is this trying to leave the site? Tell you what. Right click on it like this. I'm going to come back here. I bet we've gone 30 minutes. Yes, we have. Oh boy. Take your mouse, right click on it, and open it in a new tab. There it is, the whole book. 1 hour and 2 minutes and 37 seconds. That's not the full book. It can't be. But it's close enough. That's pretty good. Might be the first chapter. So right on, I'm going to knock it off. Again, if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. Email me, phone me, text message me, whatever. But that's it. I'm going to go back to, we're going to get out of that. Yes, we're going to leave it because I didn't do anything. We're going to go back some more. I'm going to scroll through this. We've got all this stuff, you see. Discussions. This is spring, but no, we're going to go up higher because we're at the stop button here. Chumash stuff. I'm going to bother you guys with that next time. And I might bother you with some of this later too, but it's already up here. Pusain Malik, that's extra credit. I didn't put it on on the exam, but keep that in mind that this is an etiological story. And the story of Coyote and the Black Creator. And there's a YouTube video. You can watch it. Ooh, goody. Some people have answered, and I haven't even answered them back. Bad teacher. Good. Go back. And some crazy man wrote an article about the Chumash Indians. It's called the Chumash High Rollers. Where is it? Oh, I went too fast. Chumash High Rollers. This is extra credit. Read the article Chumash High Rollers, written by some crazy man. So what you do is you grab this, right click on it, open it in a new tab, and you'll see some insane person wrote an article about the Chumash Indians and their struggles in their teeny tiny Santa Ynez Indian Reservation rancheria. Oh, and there's the crazy man. Never mind, we don't want to see him. Boom! All right, so I have a sneaky suspicion I'm forgetting something else. But if you guys realize that I have forgotten something, please let me know. Because I got to go back through these and check. Because sometimes I do forget. So that's why I rely on you, my beloved students, to jump on me when you see me messing up. So with that being said, I'm going to knock it off because I've already gone 37 minutes and 20 seconds. So we'll stop here and welcome you to keep in touch and good luck on your midterm exam. Talk to you later.